Things are about to get a little bit spicy, baby. So it seems that every time James Gunn opens his mouth, he confirms my analysis of his DC universe. And today, the man is showing an act of desperation by trying to convince us that Peacemaker is connected to Man of Tomorrow. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We got to talk about this because I feel that the writing is on the wall. Now let me get in this kitchen and cook. As always on the 4KO, this article is coming from comicbookmovie.com, my preferred site to get my news from, so shout out to them for continuing to bring the noise. It is titled, James Gunn teases important Man of Tomorrow role, says Peacemaker is very, very connected. Not just connected, very, very connected. My man tripled down on the connected because you're supposed to say connected, then very connected, then very, very connected. That's when you know that you're trying to convince someone that what you're saying is a lie. When you got to triple down on it. You just can't say connected. It's very, very connected. My man just can't shut up. And you know what? Thank you, James Gunn, because you continue to give me material on this channel to talk about. All because you cannot keep your mouth closed. All right, let's continue. Peacemaker Season 2 premiered on HBO Max last month, and if DC Studios co-CEO James Gunn is to be believed, is a crucial chapter in the wider Gods and Monsters slate. What slate? The slate went out the door the moment James Gunn's Superman flopped. That's how I feel. The moment they realized that that movie was not going to be the hit that they was hoping for, that slate went right out of the window. Trust me when I tell you. That's why they're scrambling behind closed doors and giving you films out of the blue. Things that wasn't even part of the slate. What happened to the slate? I don't know. Can someone tell me? Probably not. During a recent Peacemaker watch-along on Threads, Gunn was asked about the necessity of watching an R-rated TV series to fully understand what's happening in PG-13 movies such as Superman and the upcoming Man of Tomorrow, which has been described as prequels and sequels to the series respectively. Quote, this is what he said. As I said countless times, you can watch every project by itself, of course, just like you can watch Peacemaker by itself or watch Superman without seeing Creature Commandos, Gunn stated. But Man of Tomorrow and Peacemaker Season 2 are very, very connected. Without delving into spoilers, we can tell you that there's nothing overtly obvious in the 4th and 5th episodes of Peacemaker that set the stage for Man of Tomorrow. We can only assume then that the final few installments will be what laid the groundwork for the DCU's future. So, in other words, do the same thing that Marvel Studios is doing right now. Go without setting things up, and at the last second, boom, here's where we're going next. I think that these people are misunderstanding exactly how to do this all of a sudden. I don't know. Setup is supposed to begin in the beginning, not at the end. I don't know why these two studios are adamant on giving us stuff that's not been set up. Let's just say that. Gunn could really do without muddying the waters with his frequent social media posts. It's also hard to shake the feeling that he might be trying to increase interest in Peacemaker with these repeated claims that is a crucial part of the wider story he's telling heading into Man of Tomorrow. Now that says a lot. You guys remember Peacemaker 713,000 households watched? Do you remember that? Okay, that's the reason why he's trying to tell you Peacemaker Season 2 and Man of Tomorrow is connected because his Peacemaker series is not performing on the level that he believes that it should be performing on. Why? Rotten Tomatoes. Echo chamber ratings. When you look at something like Peacemaker and you realize 3,000-4,000 people has watched it and rated it highly, that's a small number. At one point in time, if you go back to Rotten Tomatoes right now and look at something like Batman versus Superman or something like Man of Steel, over 100,000 people was voting on that stuff, man. Matter of fact, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Batman versus Superman. I'm about to tell y'all right now how many people voted on Batman versus Superman. Over 100,000 ratings. Okay. 100,000 ratings. And we got Peacemaker here. Right here at, where is it? Oh, they didn't took it off? Okay, no, it don't, let me see. It ain't even telling me the number. That could be nobody. That could be nobody. All right, let's go to Peacemaker Season 2. Maker Season 2. Why want to let me get Season 2? I don't know. I don't know. But clearly, the interest is not there in James Gunn's DC universe. So what he has to do is he has to lie to you. He has to say, listen, Peacemaker Season 2 is setting up Man of Tomorrow. You guys need to go check it out. However, at this very moment, I thought that everyone has said that the audience doesn't want to do homework. They don't want to have to watch a streaming series in order to understand what they have to be able to fathom in the movies. They don't want this obligation. But when you look at the Penguin, as I talked about yesterday, 3.2 million households. So that goes to show you that people are willing to do the homework. As long as it's good. As long as it's a legitimate, good series, not one that is fabricated just because people want to see DC win. All of this hype that everyone is talking about, and it continues to underperform solely because of the direction of the man in charge. You can't fool nobody here. I understand what's going on. See these minions out here. They believe everything the man is telling them. Even though what he says doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Talking about Peacemaker Season 2 is setting up Man of Tomorrow. Man, get out of here. And if it is setting up Man of Tomorrow, ain't nobody watching it. Ain't nobody watching it. I watched that first episode and I was out. Straight up. The second episode came on, I believe it was just on HBO home screen, and all of a sudden it just played and I stopped it. I'm not interested in that. And it seems to me that a lot of folks are not either. See, this man feels like he's obligated to your support without actually earning it. That's right. If he was not concerned with the level of interest in this DC universe, he would not have to keep continuing to tweet, talk, and make himself look like a damn fool. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. Come on, Peacemaker connected to Man of Tomorrow. Man, get out of here with all that. First up, this TV series doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense. How the hell is it connected? Connected to Season 1, but Season 1 not connected to Season 2. Season 2 connected to Man of Tomorrow, and Man of Tomorrow connected to Season 1. Get out of here, man. All of this is confusing. You don't know what you're doing. It's not as easy as you thought it would be. It's not. It's not. So here it is. You're trying to manipulate the situation and have everyone believe that you are actually successful at your job. But we all know how to assess this thing. We all understand what is going on here. The moment that those somber TV ratings came out, the writing was on the wall. Straight up. You saw it. If Superman could not boost Peacemaker over 1 million households or close to that of the Penguin, that said a lot. That said a lot. Everybody that came out of the Superman film did not flock to Peacemaker. Now you could say that many people are waiting for Peacemaker to complete the season, to binge watch it. But if that is the case, why Warner Brothers is not going by that model already. And people gonna wait to binge watch it. Well, if that boosts your ratings, why not just allow people to binge watch it the moment it releases? Like Netflix. Why? It's not the case. That is not the case. And if you're gonna say that, just imagine how many people waited for the Penguin to conclude. If it already had 3.2 million households watching the premiere, could you imagine how many more people binge watched that of the Penguin? All right then, another measure that we can tell that James Gunn DC Universe is not working. Everything that Matt Reeves has at this very moment. Superhero film, nearly $800 million worldwide. And also the spinoff gathers a lot of interest. That's what he's chasing. And I'm talking about James Gunn here. He realizes that Matt Reeves has outdone him. Okay? He understands that. He sees it. He's behind closed doors. If Matt Reeves was able to get more people to the theater for the Batman, which is not setting up a new DC universe, and also get more people to watch the Penguin that doesn't feature one superhero, not one person in the Penguin put on a goddamn costume. And Matt Reeves was able to do that with as little as what he brought to the table. And this man cannot gather the same interest. You know damn well his ego is hurt. That is why he's trying to lead the audience. That's what he's doing. He's trying to lead the audience. Yeah, you really need to go watch Peacemaker. Nah, bro. If the trailer didn't attract people, if the ratings did not attract people, if the word of mouth did not attract people, you need to just deal with that others are not interested. So when James Gunn tells us that Peacemaker is connected to Man of Tomorrow, you best believe it shows how desperate this guy is in order for you to watch his product. I'm your boy O. Hopefully you have watched this video all the way to the end to help your boy out that algorithm. And if you're not subscribed, please be sure to do so. Trying to reach that big number of 100,000 subs. So I'll be highly appreciative you will help me cross over that threshold by hitting that subscribe button. Then after you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that notification bell, because YouTube absolutely sucks at notifying subscribers that content creators has uploaded videos to their platform. Hitting that notification bell certainly helps. And don't forget to hit that like button to help me out with that algorithm, baby. But in the comments below, let me know if you agree with me or not. Do you believe that James Gunn is desperate at this very moment? And also, can you see right through this man's lies? Always remember, let's allow on time roulette. That means let the good times roll. But let me know in the comments below.